Hi everybody, this is Mike Herzing with In Wheel Time. This week we're driving the 2013 Volkswagen Jetta Hybrid. Of course, when we think of hybrids, we think of, all the drivers that go really slow in the fast lane, getting their great fuel economy with their funny, boring to drive little cars. We call them environmental wackos or liberal Californians, all pretty much in that order. VW want to do something different. So what they've done is made the Jetta Hybrid fun to drive, really run good and accelerate well. And how about this one? I think of it a turbocharged power plant, a 4-cylinder, 7-speed dual clutch transmission, and they make it fun to drive. This makes a hybrid kind of worth it. Unfortunately though, when you look at Jetta, I kind of like the Jetta TDI. I mean, diesels are it. Here in Texas, wow, diesel works really well. This hybrid is the other thing. One thing you like about the hybrid, A, it doesn't look like a goofy hybrid. B, it drives like a real car. That's all good, and it performs well. This thing really scoots. The only difference is in the interior of this thing from the regular Jetta is you're going to see this diesel gauge, power gauge. Talks about how much diesel power in your fuel economy and things like that. Kind of reminds me of the old vacuum gauge that some of the domestic cars had in the 70s. You'll notice this Jetta has regular nice lines, except for the fact that it says hybrid on the side right here. You're not going to notice a whole lot of difference between a normal Jetta and this one. Let's look around the back. Jetta's a nice looking car. Once again, you'll see another hybrid badge on the back. Look at the trunk. Nice side trunk. Probably have to be a little bit better if it didn't have the batteries back here, but it still does pretty good. Let's look inside. Unlike a lot of the hybrids, it doesn't have a lot of hard plastic. It does have a little bit more than normal, a little bit harder materials. It's got Volkswagen's kind of fake leather. Probably almost as good as the Naugahyde back in the 70s, 80s. There's a lot of stuff right there. Nice interior, plenty of room. The Jetta's a nice car. Inside, the Jetta Hybrid looks pretty much like a regular Jetta. One of the differences is instead of a tachometer, it's got this little gauge that tells you you're charging and how economical you're being. In the center, it tells you, display, it tells you you can have it set up to where it says a lot of things, but I had it set up where it tells you your fuel consumption, then there's your mileage and things like that. Now, the center of the dash, you'll see, kind of talks about the energy flow. Right now, it's just running off the battery and the engine's charging the battery. What it has is basically this hybrid it has a small battery pack and a small 27 horsepower engine, electric motor, and it helps boost when you need the power, your gasoline engine, and at certain points you can run off of electricity alone. Jetta Hybrid's pretty cool. And if you're gonna have to have one, you're gonna have to have a hybrid, and you really want to be green. This one's comfortable, it's easy to drive, it handles good, it's fun, and it accelerates pretty well. Let's look under the hood. Under the hood, we've got this turbo 4-cylinder, which runs great, and here's all the hybrid setup right here, the energy drive. This thing is, those cables, that orange means don't mess with it. Fuel economy wise, I averaged, okay, this is average, driving it like a regular car, 38.5 miles per gallon for about 400 miles that I drove it. Okay, now it's rated EPA 42, city 48, highway, and 45 combined. You're never going to get that. None of the hybrids do. They're off at least 10%. The government even tells you that. Tell you what, hybrid's worth it. If you want a hybrid that's actually fun, this thing starts in the mid-20s and it goes up. My test vehicle was almost $30,000. You can get a better deal on it than that, but it's a fun vehicle. It's great to drive. It looks good, and it drives good, drives like a normal car. If you really want to hyper-mile it and play with it, you can get 42, 43. To me, it wasn't worth it. What would be worth it, though, is a turbo diesel stuck with a hybrid drive. Great hybrid drive. A lot of people will say, Volkswagen, it's such a good one that they ought to add it to a lot of their vehicles. I bet you they will. Got to look for somebody like Volkswagen to do that. It's a great vehicle. If you want a hybrid, check out one of these. This is Mike Herzing with In Wheel Time. You can find out more about us on Facebook /In Wheel Time. We really want you to like it. Like us because we like you. You can also check us out on InWheelTime.com. We'll see you next week.